Hey guys, so today is December 1st when I'm recording this, and I am so grateful to God that we got to wake up to see another day. But I don't feel like I used today productively, and I kind of wanted to talk about that. I feel like seasonal depression is really a thing, and I don't claim that over my life at all. Like, seasonal depression will not be my portion this season because God is completely turning things around this season, and I receive it. But I know that as the clouds get darker and as it's always like raining or snowing, like you feel more dreary and you feel, less like you want to be productive. And I just found myself kind of scrolling on social media, doing everything but, talking to God. And I had so many opportunities to watch Bible videos and just kind of be in God's presence and be comforted by God's presence during a time where I feel like, weighed down for no apparent reason other than just the weather outside. And I was like, God, I know you're here, I acknowledge you, but like I just feel so much in a rut. And I saw this video on TikTok, and this girl, I'm not sure if she's Christian or not, but it was a video, and this woman, she said, our lives would be so much more peaceful if we just minded our business, And I talk a lot about how one of my big pet peeves is people don't know how to mind their business, right? And so that video was kind of like a check from the Holy Spirit, because she said our lives would have so much more peace and tranquility if we would just mind our business. You don't have to check up on everybody in your school's social media page. You don't have to watch everybody's videos. You don't have to wonder who's dating who's talking to who, what celebrity is in drama now. Oh, this person's pregnant. You don't have to go check their page. This person has a new girlfriend. You don't have to go check their page. She said our lives are miserable in some senses because we're in people's business. Why do we compare? When do we compare? We compare the most when we're stalking people's pages. When we're obsessing and falling in love with somebody else's life that isn't really the full story. And I just thought that was so amazing, and it was just such a good take, because that is so true. And I always talk about how I hate, when people don't know how to mind their business. And then I thought to myself, and I'm like, well, you kind of know everything. Like, how do you don't know how to mind your business? But then the Holy Spirit checked me, and he was like, you do know how to mind your business, but you're too aware of everything. And I've actually been seeing like videos on social media about how like being too aware will literally ruin your life, because you'll be living a life out of fear, caution, and security. And basically somebody who's hyper aware notices everything, hears everything, and like some people would describe it as like a god-like complex. Like they have a god-like complex. Like they literally think they know everything, they can hear everything, they can figure everything out. And a lot of people don't choose to be hyper aware. It's kind of just like something that they're shaped into. And so basically for me, I avoid a lot of people. I avoid a lot of friendships. I avoid a lot of situations. I avoid a lot of things because I hear certain things that people don't hear. I pick up on certain details that people might have missed. I see little actions and mannerisms that people just tend to look over. And my body, it's a good type of fear, because my body tells me this might hurt us, let's stay away from it. But because it's a good type of fear, my body's constantly looking for ways to protect itself. And so everything is like a caution sign. Everything is like a caution sign. And because I'm so hyper aware, I don't allow myself to experience whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And so I just avoid it all in all, because I'd rather just not know what it is than figure out what it is and have it be something that hurts me. And so it's this overprotectiveness of ourselves and not wanting ourselves to get hurt, when inevitably something will happen in our life that will cause us pain. But it's always about the lesson that pain produces. And so I feel like I'm very hyper aware to the point where even when I don't want to hear things, because my senses are so heightened, I hear things that I don't want to hear. And it causes me to be cautious about everything. And so it just made me think like we need to start operating and moving more freely and more gracefully in our lives. Like a lot of us, we really tiptoe around everything in our lives. And it causes our lives to be very boring, mundane, or just a life full of comparison. And when you compare yourself to somebody and at the same time you're hyper aware, it causes you to have fantasies. And by that I mean you have daydreams about what your life could be like. You have daydreams about what friendships and relationships could be like, but you're not going to ever pursue them because you're too cautious of them, and you're not ever going to feel motivated to get up and do something about it because you're comparing your beginning to somebody's end. And so it's just a really good revelation, and I think it's a really good reminder, so that's why I wanted to make an audio about it, that we need to learn to kind of just let life flow and stop always resisting everything. Stop resisting the lesson God is trying to teach you. Stop resisting the friendship because, it might not last forever. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Forever doesn't last because this world is so temporary. The only thing that you can be guaranteed will last forever is eternity with God. But other than that, nothing lasts forever. And so that is just some type of story that we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better. But you can't expect every person you connect with to be your friend forever. Sometimes you guys just needed each other for that season. Sometimes you reconnected with your parent because you needed them in that season, and then things fall off again. But it isn't your job to fix everything, and it isn't your job to please everyone. And it also isn't your job to micromanage the earth because you're not the king of the earth. You're not the queen of the earth. You don't own everything under the sun. God does. And so when we begin to try to hear everything, see everything, and kind of control everything in that sense, we begin to have a godlike complex to where we're going against our creator by trying to literally be him. So this is just a reminder. As the seasons change and as, new emotions come upon us, stop being so focused on one thing. Stop being so focused on other people. Literally, when you learn to mind your own business, matter of fact, mind your Father's business and just do what God instructs you to do, not only will your life be way more peaceful, but you'll have so much more fun. I know a lot of us feel like we lack fun because basically the whole world is in survival mode. The higher ups, people who are, quote unquote above everyone else, they're making it really hard for living normally to even be a thing. Everyone is living way below their means. And so it's hard. And we all kind of want to resort to fantasies or resort to food or addictions or lust or people or whatever the case may be. But in seasons like this and in a time like this, the only thing and the only person that will be consistent and that stays consistent and doesn't require anything else but for you to come as you are is God, is Jesus Christ. So if you're ever in doubt or if you're ever feeling these hard feelings, that's the only person that's consistent.